Veterans, are you nearing the end of your GI Bill? Are you about to use it to its complete exhaustion? Well, what if I told you that was a terrible idea for your future self? Stay tuned and I will explain why.
Oh, what a stroke of luck.
So, why would I say that? Why would I say that using your GI Bill to its entirety is a terrible idea for your future self? Well, there is a program out there. It's not an education program, which is why I think a lot of veterans maybe don't find it in, say, a Google search. It's actually an employment program, but it can be used, say, in conjunction with your GI Bill. And when you have some of your GI Bill left, this program can be used more effectively. And the program I'm talking about, which some of you may have heard about already, is VR&E, which what used to be called Voc Rehab. It's now called VR&E, which is Veterans Readiness and Employment. What does it make a difference about this program? And why does it matter if I save? Why does it matter if you save your GI Bill? So you can find this page straight from the VA's website. We're just on the eligibility requirements for veterans readiness and employment. This applies to anybody who has a disability rating of at least 10%. So if you have a disability rating of at least 10%, you can use veterans readiness and employment. And in a nutshell, just a little bit more here, what veterans readiness and employment does, it is essentially adds an extension of 12 months onto your GI Bill. And from there, you can actually get even larger extensions. All you have to show is a proper use case to the VA for that to be approved. But in the initial onset, and what you'll see on this page is that they advertise for 12 more months of benefits. So just think of it that way in a nutshell. So we're going through this. As long as you have anything other than a dishonorable discharge and at least a 10% VA disability rating, you can apply for VR&E. So if you're in both of those categories, VR&E can be for you. All right, so we'll keep going down through this down to where it says, if I am eligible for GI Bill benefits, can I get paid the post 9/11 GI Bill subsistence rate for my VR&E program? So essentially, what this is saying is that if you have any of your GI Bill left, even just one day, you can substitute that BAH or that subsistence rate that you get with post 9/11 GI Bill. You can substitute that for the VR&E rate that you would otherwise get if you didn't have any of your post 9/11 left. So why does that matter? Well, let's look at what the rates are. So this is a GI Bill calculator. It's on the VA's website. Anybody can go to it. Your BAH, MHA payments through post 9/11 is all done, by zip code. In this particular instance, I used San Diego, California, particularly San Diego State. So here we can see in housing benefits. So if you had just one day on your GI Bill left and you applied for VR&E, you were accepted, you would be getting this rate. You'd be getting the same post 9/11 GI Bill rate, almost $3,800. So that is the rate that you would be getting as long as you had one day left on your GI Bill and you applied for VR&E. Now let's look at the rate that you'd be getting if you had completely exhausted your GI Bill and then applied for VR&E. All right, this is rates for fiscal year 2024 for veterans readiness and employment. This is basically what they're going to pay you if you don't have any post 9/11 left. So if you look here, no dependents, you'll be getting less than $800. One dependent, you'll be getting less than $1,000, about $953. and 2 dependents, you'll be getting 1,123. So now go and compare that to what we just looked at, San Diego, California, under post 9/11, you're getting $3,700. That's a huge difference. That's a $3,000 difference for a person that doesn't have any dependents. So if you make the mistake of using the entirety of your GI Bill and then later on you decide, man, I want to go back to school and get a master's, or man, this job that I'm in really is, affecting, X service connected disability that I have. It's affecting my back, or, it's giving me migraines or something like that, something connected to my service connected disability. You can go and apply for VR&E, but you're only going to get the $800 that you're entitled to because you've used the entirety of your post 9/11. Now, on the other hand, if you have just one day, just a single day left on your post 9/11, and then down the road you decide you need furthering education, guess what? You're getting that $3,700 rate. That is a huge difference. Ginormous. You cannot not work with just $800, especially in San Diego. Maybe you could make that work a little bit better in other places around the country. This wouldn't be as big of a disparity. But shit, I don't know a lot of places where, you can rely on just this $800 a month and not have to work. But that $3,700 is going to get you a lot longer way. So summing this up, you're setting yourself up for future success, especially if you meet those eligibility requirements of VR&E. You're setting yourself up for future success to leave at least one day on your GI Bill. Even if you don't plan on going to school right now in the future, or maybe you don't foresee you needing veterans readiness and employment at all, you just don't know what the future holds. You don't know how things are going to change. Things are constantly changing. That's the one constant in the universe, is change. So you just don't know what's going to happen. So I advise you, leave one day on your GI Bill, and your future self will thank you. Peace.